Warcraft is the film based off of the famous video game World of Warcraft, and what this movie is about is that the orc world is dying, and in order to save all of the orcs, a green sorcerer orc opens a portal to the human world of Azeroth. There, they're going to try to capture as many humans as they can to get more energy to make the portal bigger, so that every single orc can now come to Azeroth and make Azeroth their home. Now, the humans don't really like this. They need to try to stop the orcs, but the orcs might be a little too strong for them. However, there are a group of orcs that actually think that the leader isn't doing that good of a job and is actually causing more harm, and they think that they can work together with the humans. And that's exactly what they try to do. They try to team up with the humans to stop the bad green sorcerer orc. Now, I wasn't really excited for this movie simply because I had never played World of Warcraft ever. I don't know that much at all about it. However, the trailers for this movie looked really cool and it got me kind of intrigued. And you know what? I had fun with Warcraft. Is it the new best video game movie ever? Like, this is gonna change the tide of video game movies forever? No. In fact, if I'm being honest here, I actually kind of like the Angry Birds movie more than Warcraft. Yeah, I'm shocked I'm saying this too. There are great things to this movie. For one, the motion capture is amazing. The motion capture honestly does look extremely good. The emotion on some of the orcs' faces looks too real, and that's saying a lot. Also, Toby Kebbell plays Durotan, the lead orc who feels rebellious and tries to work with the humans. Toby Kebbell was awesome in this movie, and not just his performance was good, but Durotan is easily the best character in this whole movie. You feel for Durotan's character the most, he has the most depth, he is the most interesting out of all of the characters. In fact, all of the orcs, that was the most interesting part of this movie, was the orcs. I didn't give a crap about the humans, but the orcs I was extremely interested in. And even the evil sorcerer orc, he might not be the best villain around, he might not have that much of a backstory, but he is a convincing, menacing villain. I actually did get a little fearful of him a couple times. And even the designs for the orcs are extremely good. They got bones for armor, a couple of them, like long dreadlocks, like Mr. Krabs, Clancy Brown, plays one of the orcs, and he looked very vicious. Like, just from the way he was designed, he looked threatening. And the action scenes look very good as well. The live action and the CGI elements were actually incorporated very well. It looked real, and the sound design in some of those scenes when orcs are like beating down on humans, it's like you could feel the bones cracking underneath the human's armor. It was wow. And I think Duncan Jones did a really good job directing this movie because he is a fan of World of Warcraft. So a fan of World of Warcraft can make some good things in a Warcraft movie. However, it's kind of interesting how this movie doesn't really turn out to be all that good, because as much as I really enjoyed the orc aspect and the motion capture, like, brilliant stuff and a lot of great action scenes, the rest of that movie is not very good. The plot of this movie is kind of interesting. It is intriguing to watch. There's a lot of cool things happening. But if you're not a fan of the World of Warcraft games, or you've never played them, there are some things that you might be scratching your head about. And the pace of this movie as well. There are a couple segments that feel like they're missing scenes. Like, all of a sudden they'll just cut to another place, and it's like, that feels like something should be there. What happened? Travis Fimmel, I think he is a capable leading man, I guess you could say. It's just his character didn't really have that much depth to him. They try to give him some, but it didn't really work out, honestly. There's an Apprentice Mage character that, you know, went against all the other mages and went on his own. That character didn't really interest me that much. Oh, and Ben Foster as Medivh, the Guardian Mage. I did not like him at all in this movie. I think he was miscast. I don't think he's bad per se. I just think he was kind of miscast. I think played by another actor, maybe this character could have worked, but I don't think Ben Foster did that great. There's one character that I think could have had a lot of depth to her. Paula Patton plays a half-human, half-orc thing, and that's a pretty cool setup for a character. Half orc, half human. There's probably some past relating to that. They kinda delve into it, but her character just didn't really impress me that much. Paula Patton was good. I liked her in this movie. It's just the character didn't really impress me. I didn't mind Dominic Cooper as the king when I first saw him in the trailer with the king beard and crown and warbs on him. And I was wondering, is this going to be convincing, or does it just look like he's going to be playing dress up? He was fine. I can say that. He was okay. He didn't really wow me or anything. He's just Dominic Cooper as a king, and he was young Howard Stark. And that's it. And I already mentioned how the pacing feels kind of off, and there are some scenes that feel like they're missing, and how there are cool elements in this story However, if I had to have one big problem with this movie, it's one element involving the story where the last 30 minutes, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the last 30 minutes, all of a sudden, like the first half was pretty much just they're actually trying to tell a good story. They're trying to make a good Warcraft movie. There are some bad things in there, but for the most part, they're doing an okay job. They're actually trying. You can feel the effort. The last 30 minutes of this movie, like, completely changed from actually telling a good story to, let's set up the next Warcraft movie right now. Honestly, that pissed me off. Like, I'm sorry, I can't believe that I'm actually pissed off about a movie based off a game that I haven't even played, but I'm pissed about it. It just really disappointed me. They had some good things going, and then all of a sudden, hey, you want to see another Warcraft movie? You're not sure? Okay, we're gonna set it up anyways, and the remainder of this movie is pretty much just that. I'm being serious, guys. The last 30 minutes, worst part of the movie for me. That was terrible. I hated the last 30 minutes of this film. I will say, if you're a fan of World of Warcraft, I think you will have some enjoyment with this film. I think you will actually like it more than most. However, for me, just not a fan, just looking for a good movie, I was a little disappointed by it. The Orcs, best thing about it, and there's a lot of great action scenes. Duncan Jones is a really great director. The visuals, my god, look amazing. However, the human element just really did not keep my interest like the Orcs did. The plot had some cool parts about it. It's just the constant off of the pace lost me at a couple times, and that last 30 minutes just really pissed me off. Overall, guys, I'm gonna give Warcraft a C+. I had fun with this movie, and I think I could watch it again. It's definitely not a horrible movie. It's just not a great movie like a lot of people were hyping for. But oh well, we still have Assassin's Creed in December. So, don't let me down, Fassbender. If you saw Warcraft, leave in the comments below of what you thought of it. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.